we'll continue then with the mesh modeling. Let's then Alt for defining a bit the shapes. Notice I can define the shapes by looking at the reference and copying those shapes. That tool is so interesting. In the past, you had to do it manually. You had to draw and mark those projections on the blueprints. It was quite complex. And now you can do that in real time. I don't know how they came up with that idea, but it's great. Over here, we can define a bit more the pectoral, marking the shape over here a bit. We add some more shape to the biceps. We try to make it correspond. Notice, for instance, over here it doesn't match. That means I'm applying too much volume. When you can copy the shapes from both references at the same time is very useful, since sometimes we make a character too muscular when in fact it's not that much. I had already come to our first approach to the mesh by using the tool move. That means that over here is not so much the volume we have to add. Okay. I simply sculpt this, copying the shape of the image. Using move, I'll push this a bit. It's quite interesting how it slowly takes shape. Sometimes one tries to achieve the anatomy quickly, from the beginning. But nah, that's a burnout. When later you have to face many changes. The more details you add, the more changes you'll have to face. We rather make progress slowly. Over here, the map has gone offset. I'll fix it within a moment. That reference at the back has given me some troubles. As you see, the shape is showing up. And basically, what I'm doing is to copy this area over here. I'm not doing anything else. So gradually, we are making the volumes. Let's shape just a bit the face over here. I keep using the same brush. I'm just defining some general shapes, that's it. Okay, we are making a good progress. This forearm, for instance, was looking pretty bad, and now I think it's getting better. It's getting a better shape. It'll be easier to polish it later on. It was quite deformed. I'll shape this portion over here in a moment using a reference. Let's take a pause at this point. Notice over here, I'll just mark a bit the apps. Don't worry, we'll add the resolution later on. So we'll be able to define better shapes. The serratus. At this point, we try not to get desperate and start adding subdivisions at all times. That's what I'm trying to do, to keep control over the mesh. I think we can have a rest now. I'll see you then on the next class for adding some detail to the legs. After that, we'll start adding detail to the hands so they get some shape, in order to make the whole model consistent with the progress. In that way, we could notice the hands will take a good shape as well. I think we're making good progress in order to get a good result at the end. See you on the next class.